Hello, storytelling around. I'm gonna do something kind of crazy. I'm going to do a Dark Ages GM. Like, I'm a new GM. What the heck do I do in this game? Oh, I don't even have the book. Darn it! I have. Check this out. Now, let me do this for right now. I have a Dark Ages Kickstarter right now running on Kickstarter, and so please go there and look for the Dark Ages and campaign Dark Ages, or for the Lord RPG Dark Ages. And I have it running there, and you can even get this as an add-on. You can get which is the Apocalypse one, all the rules and everything you need, including like a campaign examples in here, adventure examples, and you can roll out your own adventures in it. And then this is the proof copy, but is me for the Lord Creatures in Space. This is the hardbound rule book and the campaign book. I think this is a proof copy or whatever. Anyway, this is the this is definitely an older campaign proof copy, because I have a couple of I have some little bit of art doodles on the cover. But this is my hardbound. I love these, man. I love these. I feel good, like this is like it's a real product now. But these are all on Amazon. The Amazon process for getting these done was much more bearable to me. And yeah, look at that, glossy. See, and they're all like 100 pages, 130 pages, just because of the print. All got the rules, all my little doodles in there. The rules are like only 20 pages, and the rest is just extra, stuff for you to do things. Okay, so let's go to this. So I'm going to make I don't know what to do. I'm a DM, our GM, Grand Minister. I want to do the Dark Ages. I gotta set up. I gotta prep for the game. What do I do? Oh man, I do need to open up. I have older print files. I'll just open it in Design. Let me just open this. I have for the Dark Ages. I need to open it up to create the adventures, but if only I had the hardbound. That's coming after this Kickstarter. I'm going to do this exact same thing for the I don't need this for the Dark Ages. Okay. Well, see, here's page 83. I don't have anything on page 83. Let me get to the adventure area where you create. Excuse me. Create the adventures, and in the book you got all the creatures now. Let me go up to it's towards the beginning, and I've I'm going to add more stuff. That's what I'm doing here with all this. Grand Minister's Guide, paganism, church activity. So I really try to explain paganism and how you use it in the game. Just give you ideas on how to use it. Village. I'm going to do like a little more village stuff here, so you can have that. But let's start with pagan hex crawl. Okay. Now I'm going to get to this, but let me go back. Now I'm going to do a little bit of Foundry tutorial. Not that you need to use Foundry. And Foundry's, they're kind of woke. It's like they even make you have pronouns in there, which is so lame. Like for the users, like you see, what's your pronouns? It's like. So I'm not here to sell Foundry, but I am using it. Anyway, this is when I tested it. But I'm going to start a new world. And this thing is $50, and supposedly you don't have to pay any more. There's constantly getting updates, so I'm a little leery of that. Like one day they're gonna be like, oh, I don't know. But let's just say you're just doing this on a table. You can do this on a table. You can do this, I would hope that you get to do it at a table with your friends and start a fellowship. And you got to create your newbie 2, whatever. I'm just I started out with newbie, and I have a couple of worlds here: D&D, Star Wars. These are my older games. In simple world building. Now, how did I get that game system? Okay, well, let me close this. It's under here. You install different things. Under here, you install the different modules, and I'll show you which ones I did. But you basically clicked on the install module, you search for it, and then you install it. Okay, that's that one. Then the game system I installed. See, like there's Shadow Dark, all these different things you can install. Some are paid, but most are generally free or whatever. And I just use simple world building, and I use this very simplistically. And I'll show you which of these I use. I don't use all of these. I use a couple of these, and I'll show you that when I create the world. Did I already create this world? Did it mess up? I should delete that one. Anyway, so create world, newbie 2, since that, I'll delete that one here in a sec. The game system I'm going to use is simple world building. I don't know why I have to do that, but I have to do that. Simple world building. And that's it. I'm not going to fill out anything else. I mean, you can create a background image, whatever. I'm just going to do that. Okay, create world. All right, there it is. Play it. And then within it, I have to select the modules that I want to use. Which is weird that sometimes I feel like these should be default modules, but they're not. So in here, I don't have any dice. It's really weird. You can only do like programming dice, D20, you know. And then there's a D20. A roll there at the bottom right. So you have to put some modules in to get the world started. And you got to go over here, and you got to go to manage modules, and then you got to click the ones you want. So I'm going to get the dicey ones. I mean, a lot of these I don't even need anymore. PDF pager is very important. This is my own thing I did. I'm still got to figure that one out. But it's supposed to be like I could share the assets I do in one world into another, and I don't know exactly how to use it. I do like quick scale because I can use just the little bracket keys to make bigger and smaller my tokens. That's really handy. I don't know if they have it in the game. So these are the basic ones just for now. All of the ones I clicked are really just for the dice. The quick scale and the PDF pager are important. PDF pager, this lib wrapper automatically installs when you install certain modules because it is required for that module. So they do have a pretty nice automated way of getting some of these things installed without you having to go find them, and they just pop up. I use Stream View for the live thing. Token Z is just whatever. I don't use that right now. Simple World Building Plus, I don't know what that is as far as the world building thing, so I'm not going to put it on here. So let me just do that right now. I could use the pointers is pretty handy, but I'll just do the ones that I basically need for this demo. Okay, save module settings, yes. Now the other thing I definitely need is under the modules, I got to go to configure settings now, then I got to go to PDF pager. And I got to select the PDF I want to use, and it's way down here. You got to know what you're doing under PDFs for actor sheets. It's the only one I need for the game, really. And I've already have these installed. I probably should clean this up, but I already have these installed under the data folder for Foundry. There's you select in the settings a data folder where it finds all the tokens, all the artwork. And on all the music, it puts it all in there. And if you bring in something from out, you can bring in something from your regular computer drives, but it'll copy it into here. Like this stuff here is probably what all that is. This is on the root of data. And these two are my folders of my tokens and maps and stuff for the different for the Lord, the Dark Ages, and the Apocalypse and the sci-fi settings. So I have all these in here. I have my old D&D stuff and my Star Wars stuff here. But here is the tokens and stuff in there. But I'm gonna be using it here in a sec. So these are all the character sheets and like the transport and the spaceship kind of supply sheets, and they're all PDFs. So the one I'm going to use right now is I'm actually going to use the APOC sci-fi fillable one because I think the Dark Ages one here is a little older. Second edition. You know, let me just grab it and see what it looks like. Maybe I'll just grab that one and see. I can't remember if it's up to date or not. So now that you have that, I'm going to real quickly. So look, I have a blank sheet, right? I got to create a scene. And so this is going to be first adventure, let's say. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. Okay, so now here's your scene. I'm going to make it nice and big because I want this to be the entire little world that they're going into. The valley they're going into, the players, the missionaries. They're going to go to a village. You know, you start off with a village or something, and then there's like a couple little adventures around that village, right? That's a nice, good start for a GM and players. New GM, new players. I'm just going to make this big, 12,000 by 8,000 because I want it to be 8,000. So kind of a, and the padding percentage, I like to go pretty low. I think, I don't know, or high. I do gridless, so this grid's going to turn off, and the tokens are not going to lock to it. It's going to be just open-ended kind of thing. All right, I probably might just get rid of this entire padding thing. I don't know if I really care for it. I'm going to go ahead and do that now. And whatever you do in these settings, make sure you're set, because if you do have to change the size of the dimensions of it, it'll move the tokens, you know. And whatever you place down there, it'll kind of shift it, like it's all out of whatever. Okay, so I'm going to change the color of the background just so I can sort of see it a little bit better. Make it kind of I guess a dark green, brownish green, like a forest. Okay, like that. Nice Italian dark forest. Now is that? I feel like it could be. I'm gonna turn off the game pause just so I can see it visually. I'm just wondering if I want to make it a little more widescreenish. Okay, I made it 12,000 by 8,000, so let me make it 12. Let me try 14. I know I'm being really weird here. By 7,000. I want to try that. Let me see. It's really big. All right, I'm going to do that. That's a little. I can't even zoom out. Like, I can't even fit the whole thing. I kind of wanted to fit the whole thing on it when I zoom out, but I can't. I don't know if that's a good idea. I'm gonna make it smaller. I kind of want to have a big bird's eye view of the whole thing. So let me go to 6,000. 6,000. Okay. Ooh, let me go to 7,000. That's a little too narrow. Why am I being so weirdly picky? I don't know. 6,500. Okay, I'm trying to unlink these so that I can change it without it changing each other. Nope. It's weird that I have to keep turning this little unlink thing off to so that it. Okay, there's fine. I'm pretty much can see the whole thing. Let me close this a little bit. As a big picture, it's a little, you know, whatever. Okay, so I'm getting a little picky here. Okay. Let me create a quick actor because because I want to make sure that the PDF sheet is working the way I said it was going to be working. So what you do is you make a character. You go under sheet here, and you do PDF. You only need this for the players. You don't need it for the the NPCs and stuff, the creatures or villains you're going to have. And so this will pop in the PDF that they can use. Yeah, this is okay. This is good. Although actually, this should be I should have fixed this, but I'm just gonna leave it the way it is. I mean, I can use a sheet, or you can use the other one. I gotta update that, but whatever, it's fine. It's still very usable. And this, I want to make sure it actually does. Yeah, okay. So it'll. That's really the biggest part. Just putting that in there for people. Not that I'm using this game actually. So if you're gonna do use Foundry, and obviously if you just have a table, great. If you're going to use Foundry, you're going to have all those assets, all these assets in that folder, plus the PDFs, which are in here, in the root of this folder. You're going to need to have your assets all in there so that they're accessible. All right, I have this big old thing out here. What am I going to do? Well, I'm going to start off in the corner and say they come into this area, right? I'm going to do that for sure. I want the characters to come in. Let me go ahead and make a temporary character just for the. Okay, so another little thing I had to figure out is that in order to put their tokens in there, you have to go back to default sheet to see this, and then I can go pick a character. Now I have to rename this tokens cartoon style. Should be tokens 1, but this is just grandfathered in because that's what I started with when I started making this. And then in there is the missionaries, and I'm going to pick a missionary here. I'm going to pick a classic. Okay, so he's St. George. And obviously he's going to be a character, not just a. Okay, so I'm going to put St. George in there. Look at that. Look how small he is. Can you even see him? Woo, see? So this is a big adventure area. This is very big. This is going to be fun. Look at how much Look at how much world you have. Like this is literally this is a, you know, 10 sessions maybe easily to go through this. So as a GM, you're going to be, you know, now at a table you can't do this, so you're going to have to draw out in your little paper notes what you want to do. Maybe a little village here, a little thing here, a little thing there, and then you can, you know, if you want to use my assets to create those little locations, that's perfect. You can place those out, and you're gonna have those ready in little packs. You know, you can have your little village pack of cutouts, then your little monument, you know, sacrificial pagan grove cutouts that you're gonna use, and then your other little dungeon cutouts that you're gonna use, and you're gonna have that kind of, you gotta prep, you know. Keep it simple. You can keep each location simple enough that you can easily lay that out really quickly, or you can doodle it out. You can use whatever you want. But let's start with a village, just to have something. So I'm gonna pick out and these are, again, you can get these as cutouts, or you can get them as on my website as a download. You can get the PDF printables, so you can cut them out, or you can use the tokens if you're gonna do a Foundry or virtual tabletop. I'm hoping that, you know, you're gonna cut them out and use them on a table. Okay, let me see here. I am not the best organized dude, so forgive me if these things seem not in the right places. But I'm gonna start out with a village. You know, and whether they're all the right size, you can rescale them. Generally, they should be. No church. They're not a church. This is a pagan village. Little fenced-in area there. A little water well. Maybe I'll do like a little opening here, so that when they come into the area, it could just be a tiny village, right? And this one here is a pagan sacrificial altar. I don't know if you can see that. I should zoom in a little more. And this is, by the way, is the tiles. I'm doing tiles right now, not tokens. I'm using tiles. This is literally the only two things I really use. I mean, I will draw out some stuff if I need to. You know, I'll draw out like a road kind of a thing, and you can adjust this road lines. You can adjust the smoothing of it. You can adjust the width, 30, like that. I'm not going to keep that, but and if you want to reselect it, you got to go back up to these brackets and then click on it. I'm just going to delete it for now. Okay, let me go back to tile control. Now this animal sacrifice thing, I'm going to put somewhere in a secret grove somewhere, right? I don't know yet. Okay, so this is the village. Very simple. I could add a couple more, but and you as a GM, you got to decide like what's in the village, what can be offered to them. Is there, okay, so the farmer with food, there must be a leader-ish, maybe a chief. You know, this is such small, so I guess it would be maybe like a father and sort of the family, like a senior old man, and then the little village. Obviously they could be interconnected with other villages in the area. This is just one little settlement. Not much here they could repair some of your weapons and armor, but they're not much else. I do have this odd little sort of like blacksmithing bench area, so I'm gonna put that like right here. Okay, for now, let me just start with this. Oh, let me put, I just want to put a couple of props in just for my own visual aid. Is this forest thing. These are just to denote that this is a forest. I could put in like one of these to denote like a rocky area, like a big kind of rocky mountain area. Obviously on a table you can designate that however you want. Copy, paste. I just want to dot it around with this as like I'm gonna make this kind of a dark, you know, Teutoburg German forest or something. And this could be a rock feature like that they go and worship at. I don't know what they're gonna do yet. All right, I pretty much got this set up. As far as like what, you know, the basics. Then I want to populate it with different things. So let's go to this, and I'm going to start rolling out what it could be. So since they're new players, I can start with a D4. Yes, I will do that. I will play it like a new GM. So let's do that. Let me click. Oh, here's the dice down here now that I have the module for the dice. And you can adjust the colors on the dice. Here it tells you here under, you can go to, it explains it at the beginning of the world, but when you first load the module, but you can also just go to configure settings, the dice one here, 3D dice, and then you can change the colors. You can add special effects and give them sound effects when they roll a 20 or whatever. I'm just going to leave it as it is for now. Actually, or do I have I've saved some, but I think it must save it for each world, not this one from that one. So whatever. I don't know if I like blue. Let me see. Red. I'll go with red. Whatever. Okay. Save. Just I could do more, but whatever. You can make them metallic, whatever. All right. D4. Let me roll a D4. 3. All right. What's 3? 3. Manipulative charlatans act as spiritual leaders. Okay, so we have a manipulative charlatan acting as a spiritual leader. All right, I'm gonna roll the pagan motive, and I'm gonna roll a D4 again because we're low level. Let's just keep it simple. D4. 3. So if they were like super experienced players, or they're going into a new area, you could roll a D8 or D10, a D12, and possibly get a scarier number. What did I roll there? Just a 3? I think I said a 3. Yeah, a 3 again. Seeks riches through manipulation, a bit haughty and self-serving. Nothing a reality check can't fix. Okay, so we have a charlatan as the spiritual leader. Now I'm going to do modus operandi, and this is a D6, and this is kind of like, well, what style are they using basically? It just sort of gives me a guide as like how I want to play the charlatan. A 4. Greed. Okay. Coin and treasure are the goal. Stealing and taking it from locals. They want riches through criminal activity. It could be a con or through intimidation and force. Okay, so that's fine. I'm going to roll the location of this charlatan. Where are they? What's their main focus? Where are they at? And that one can be a full roll. D12. Right? Yeah. Just give me an idea. 5. Cave lair. Okay. So they're living in a cave. Wow. Okay. Now I'm going to add more stuff here eventually. I just moved it down. All right. So we got that going. Local disposition. This is basically what are the villagers like? What are they like? And this, by the way, this D8 here, this conversion level, I call in the other games I call this the conversion level, pagan or Christ-like. This I use a lot. I use this a lot to determine the motives of the NPCs and villains and space pirates and whatever. Gangs and to see whether you can convert them or not. Okay, so the villagers, I'm gonna say just a D8. Sometimes you can do like 2 D8s, pick the lowest, or 2 D8s, pick the highest, or just a D8. I do 2 D8s, pick the lowest for like the empire, the corporations, the pirates, the gangs, the pagan cult warriors, and pick the lowest. One time I rolled it, a corporation. I'm like, yeah, they're gonna fight these guys, and I rolled 2 D8s, picked the lowest. I got 2 8s, or 7 and 8, whatever. I was like, oh my gosh, this corporation's ready to become Christian. They're looking for the answer. Yeah, it was funny. Okay, truly funny. Okay, so let me roll a D8 for their conversion level of not the charlatan, which I could roll for him as well, or him or her, but for the village. I'm rolling for the village right now. The charlatan, I should roll 2, but let me do the village right now. 5. Okay, so they're good, probably good people. Just sinners. Yeah. Okay, having resorted to evil, do not like it. Open to an answer. They feel guilty. They will avoid helping anyone or for fear of retribution. I'm just going to highlight it. Their greatest fear and love needs to be revealed to them. Okay, so that's cool. That could be fun. Okay, so you're going to play them like that. They're reluctant, but they're not evil. They're not going to attack. Kind of boring. No. All right. Let me roll the actual charlatan. A sinner too. Wow. Okay, so this is going to be relatively easy. All right. Well, don't worry. I'm going to get some things scared. So I said a cave. He lives in a cave, cavern and tunnel. Cave, let's say an old mine or something, like over here. And I'll hide this when I eventually do the cave. I don't know yet what I'm going to do. I'm just sort of placing stuff out. This is the person gathering treasure, right? If they're greedy, and just I'll hide this over here. Okay, for now I'm going to do that until I figure something out. Let me make a character real quick. The charlatan. I'm going to assume it's a man. Just seems like a man to me. Let me go to pagans. A charlatan. So I got some cool tokens here. Let's see. I'm just looking for something that looks like a charlatan to me. But pretty poor, right? So I might just pick this guy. This is kind of a dude I always use. I think I'm gonna go with him because I always use the charlatan. All right. Oh, let me. You know what? I can just come up with some stats right now. Let's do that. Prowess -2. Awareness. I'm gonna say 1. Sav -1. Wait, what are the traits? Spirit. Since it's a charlatan, I'm gonna say -1. Very weak. Intellect +1, and social is what society is what he's really good at. +3. Okay. So defense is gonna be 12 +1, which is a 13 because of the awareness. I don't think he's got much armor. This guy's gonna be pretty weak. Defense 13. Okay, what else? Just robes. So save is going to be just a 1. Vigor is, I'm just going to say 8. You know, because it's usually like around 8 for weak people. I mean, well, -2 actually. Let me take that back. All right, let me just roll it. 6. A 6 plus -2 is 4 plus this 1. So 5. So this guy's pretty weak. But, you know, he's going to have some sort of defenses or whatever. So I'm going to say staff -2. That's his attack. It's a d6. Two-handed. You know, I'm just coming up with stuff right now. Is he skilled at it? No, but he can dodge or parry. I'm going to give him +1 die rank to parry. There's a style to it. I'm going to just make it up, you know, kind of mildly. So I'm going to say +2 +1 die rank. So what that means is instead of attacking, he's just going to parry, and I'll roll that. And if it gets above their attack, he blocks their, I'll just do that. Or I could do it that his roll above a 12 adds to his defense. I could do either one, you know, as a GM. You just kind of, you can do that. You can decide which way to go with it. I'm going to say if above attack, parries. And of course the player's like, hey, I want that skill. I'd be like, well, you know, you got to replace it, use it instead of attacking. So he's just, because he's just trying to defend himself, and it's just against a melee, right? If above melee attack, parries. So, oh, he's got to use his prowess to do it. So this is going to be a 0 then, because if this is +2, he's got a -2. Yeah, I'm just gonna -2 prowess. So that, but see, this guy knows he can't attack, so that's all he's got. All right, what else does he have? He's a charlatan. He's gonna have, it's gonna be all talk. So I'm gonna give him some talk. Acerbic wit, right? Is that the right acerbic? See, I'm just coming up with skills. Acerbic wit, +3. Oops, +3. Oop, did that wrong. What is acerbic? I'm not. I know the word is. Let me look it up real quick. The free dictionary. I don't know. I'm a writer, so I should know these words. Acerbic. Okay, I just spelled it wrong. Sour, bitter, tasting, sharp or biting, as in character expression. I just need to take out the S. Acerbic wit. So what this does is he'll say something, and I'm gonna give him 3 die ranks, and it'll, whatever he rolls above their whatever roll I have them roll, they'll get a penalty to their rolls. Like be it. So let's say he rolls a 16 and then their defense is a 12, so that's a 4. He beat him by 4. Half of that is 2 die ranks, so they're at minus 2 die ranks. Because he's insulting them, he's throttling them with his acerbic wit. And that'll last just like a round or two, I would, and either they're attacking him or maybe he uses it to help defend his fighters, I'm going to give him a couple of goons, like as bodyguards or something, So he can do that to them. Acerbic wit, persuasion. I'm going to give these all the same bonuses, So I'm going to say, I'm going to actually do this. All skills. All social skills. Okay, all social. He's only got a couple social skills. +3, +3 die ranks. Acerbic wit. Persuasion. So, especially against, if the missionaries are trying to do missionary work, he's going to try to persuade them otherwise, like the settlers, the village, the sinners, So obviously his conversion level, I'm going to put that down, conversion level is 5. It's 5, so he is also a sinner. Frustrated, guilty, but greedy. Okay, so I gotta, I don't know how to play this off yet. I just need to know these things about him. I don't, as a 45-year veteran GM, I don't need to have the answer to what he's going to say or do. I just need to know his background. The answer will come in the game when you're playing. And if your answer is, if the charlatan, your response to the players is, you don't know, I don't know. Perfect. Say that as a GM. I don't know what to say. I don't know. This is frustrating me. And then let them, and then hopefully the players will take that cue and start continually, trying to convince them. And if you as a GM are convinced without even rolling, kind of just play it like you're convinced as the player, as the charlatan. I need to come up with a name for him. Let me use this to do it. There's a name chart here you can use for the evil. Well, he's really not that evil, but I'm going to go ahead and use this. So let's roll it. 3d20. And I'm going to just grab the numbers as they are. So like 17, 15, 14. Okay. 17 at ath 15 on athon 14 da athanda charlatan athanda. Okay, and his vigor is 5. His defense is 13. I'm gonna probably give him a little something else, but I'm not sure what yet. So there's Athanda, and I'm gonna put him in there. That's where he lives, as he hoards his treasure. Now think about this: if they convert him, truly convert him, he'll give his treasure to the church, right? So that'll be a huge to start a church. So that'll be really cool. But I need to think of a little more to this story, right? Pagan activities. I could roll something like that, or I could go back up to now. That's since that's really all there is to this, and this is which is fine. That's a really small, simple adventure. Let me explain that a little more too. I'm going to let me take a note. Let me start a journal entry here. First adventures or GM journal. I don't know. First adventure. Add a page. First adventure. Yeah, I don't know if I like this whole thing, but whatever. I got to use it. And this, even though I close that, this thing will pop up. So what you do in here, this is like a journal. You got to create pages, and then within the pages you can edit. And of course, when you do edit, it opens up the new window here. So this is like a page, and you got to type in here. So charlatan Athanda. Charlatan Athanda, has stored up wealth hidden in cave. So How does he do this? He gets people from all over. See, I'm thinking. He gets people from all over to come and give to Pan, or he worships. He has set up the sacrificial grove where folks give offerings to Pan to pass through the area. Now I already have an adventure like this, intro one, but I'm gonna change this up a little. Offerings to Pan for wealth, success. Sometimes he secretly drops offerings to others to then get them all to tell of their story, and they tell others who then go here to give offerings, hoping for Pan's gift of gold. You know what I mean? So see, I'm just coming up right now. He in the area, people think that if they keep giving offerings to this thing, they'll get gold. So he secretly, once in a while, like the lottery or whatever, once in a while he'll go out to give somebody a little surprise gift, and then they tell everyone else, and they all go and give offerings, and they're like all excited. Not everyone gets it, and of course he says, well, because you have not been true and you have not given enough, and so it's sort of a whole pyramid scheme thing, right? He's doing like a pyramid scheme thing. Aha! See, that's pretty cool. Like a whole pyramid scheme thing. Aha! So these villagers are all like, we're suffering, but we got to give, man, and we're going to get something in return. And have you heard of blah, blah, blah getting... Okay, so he's got to have, thusly, because of that, he's got to have some cutthroats who know how to... I don't know why I called them cutthroats. I'm going to just say thieves. Thief. I got to make some thieves who kind of secretly know how to go around and do that, so I'm going to pick out some dudes that are, thief looking, like this guy. They're not necessarily violent. Let me see if I got anyone else that looks a little more just your basic thief. All right, we'll just go with this guy. Thief 1. I'll give him a name here in a sec. And he's the one that goes around. I mean, he works for the guy, but he goes around obviously and drops off treasure, or whatever the guy has him do. So there's Thief 1. I'm gonna say 2 thieves. I'm gonna create 2. Let me get them names. Thief 2. I spelled that wrong. Thief 2. So how do I give them names? Okay. Very simply. This guy. Okay. You got the name creator here. I'm gonna give him only like two syllables. I'll roll 3. Oh no, I'll do 1 in each table. So this one and then this one. Okay, so let me give him 2 syllable names. I should only give him 1 syllable. That's fine. 713. Voluil. There we go. Voluil. Thief 1. Now I'm gonna roll these guys' conversion too. Voluil. And Thief 2 is going to be. Let me roll. Dun. 2 rolls. 3 7. 3 7. On the second table. Gabno. See? And this guy, this is probably one of the biggest parts of being a GM is this stuff, building your story, building up your little world and having fun rolling it and doing it. I'm gonna create more tables too for the fun of it. But anyway, let me think. I want to roll this conversion level. I'm gonna say they're a little evil, right? Because they know what they're doing. They're manipulative. He's feeling sin or guilt. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and be more fair about this and just do a D8, straight D8, because this is a low level. They're doing something corrupt, but that doesn't mean they're necessarily evil. They're just trying to make maybe they're making the people happy. Maybe they're just making money off it. It's just a business. It's just they don't see it as evil. They see it as pagans, they don't see them manipulating the people and lying to them. That's not evil to pagans, right? Until you and I come along with the gospel, will they know what their manipulation. So let me roll just a straight conversion level D8, right? So we go back to the conversion thing. I mean, I almost know this. I don't know it by heart, but I mean, you can, the numbers are, you can get the numbers. D8. So let me roll a D8 for Wolo. He could be a 1. 3. Okay, well, he's evil. Ooh, now this is going to get exciting. Evil as chaff. Tends towards selfish needs, can be manipulated. Tends not to use violence, but like a greedy merchant, but will if they can get away with it. They surrender to save their own skin. They have feelings of worthlessness. If affirmed, may lead them to conversion. But rare is the soul in this group that is chosen. Plus 3DR resist. Okay. Oop, so let's do that. CL, that's conversion level to me. 3. Evil as chaff. Plus 3 die rank resist. Could resort to assassination style. So that, to me, that means backstabbing, violence type of thing. Okay, whew. Okay, so let me get his stats. Pro 3, awareness 2. He's a thief. I'm gonna do both of those. Savvy. I'm gonna give him. He's kind of savvy. The rest he's gonna be really dumb. Okay, spirit minus 3. So I'm gonna give him a low spirit. Very, very selfish, greedy, worldly. Doesn't care. Knows there's no God. He's just manipulating them all. Okay, intellect minus 2, and society, minus 2. So since I gave him such high numbers on the other ones, I'm gonna give him low numbers. This is kind of a higher level stats, like a mid-level-ish stats, but whatever. I'm gonna do it that way because I kind of intrigued. I'm making this guy actually the main villain. So defense is 15. He's very quick, very avoiding. Looks like he's got a little bit of leather armor there, soft leathers. So just a D2, I'm gonna say. Save D2 if he gets hit. His vigor, all right, let's roll that. 3, 6, and 6 is 9 plus this 2, so 11. So okay, and he's got an axe and a dagger there in the image, so I'm gonna kind of use that. I'm not gonna do a multi-weapon. He's just gonna do one or the other. Axe plus 3 plus. Well, he's a kind of a woodsman kind of guy, so I'm gonna give him an extra 1 die rank. I'm gonna say he's got. I'm gonna keep it decent. D8, I guess, damage. No extra like bleeds or nothing. I'm not gonna worry about that. Dagger plus 3 plus 1 die rank. It's a D6, let's say. He's a little dangerous, but he's gonna have lethal 4 and bleed 4. So he does know his dagger, and that he will use. He's gonna have. I'm gonna have him have deception, like he can walk up to you, hey, and backstab you type of thing with the dagger. So if he rolls really high with that dagger, if he rolls really high with the deception, that'll give him a bonus to his dagger attack. What if I give it to his damage? No, I've never done it to the damage, but I might give him a little bit of an evil black magic glory, like where you can do extra damage there. Let's not get that evil. But definitely the deception thing. It's social though, so he's terrible at it. Well, no, sneaking. So sneak, sneak plus 3. Well, I'm gonna just say thief skills. Not even thief. It's more like assassin. Cutthroat. You know what? He's a cutthroat. Cutthroat skills plus 3 plus 1 die rank. Sneak, backstab. Sneak to backstab. So that just tells me reminds me that he can do that. It'll give him a bonus to backstab to hit. What else? Hide. Same as sneak. I'm gonna say. At night skill plus 1 die rank. So if he does these things at night, I'm gonna give him an extra die rank because he's a night guy. What else do I need for this guy? I'm gonna keep that simple right now. I could add more, but I'm gonna keep it like that. So that's the thing, GMs. You can kind of just come up with little things, little abilities, little skills that they have and what they do. And you know, he's evil. He's 3, selfish, manipulated, greedy. They have feelings of worthlessness, but he just doesn't care. So let me kind of put those down here. Greedy, manipulative, worthlessness, doesn't care. I should put down he delivers false or fake rewards for Athundal. Okay. Gabno. Let me roll Gabno now. Let me roll his conversion level. Here we go. 4. Just slightly better than Valol, but not much. Neutral evil. Cautious, defensive, suspicious, prone to outbursts of violence, then shame. Something calamitous or profitable could sway them to more evil. Their anger is destroying them. Will they be called to freedom? +2 to die rank resist. Okay. So, these both are pretty bad. They may be keeping Athondal in line. You know, maybe neutral evil +2 DR resist. You know, cautious but dangerous. So he's kind of like the guard, kind of keeping Athondal in line, making sure the business keeps running. You know, I'm just gonna make, really runs the business, keeps Athondal or Thonda in check. Yeah, this is interesting. You know what I mean? Pro 2 awareness, 2 sav, -1 spirit. I'm gonna say 1 intellect, 1 social, 2. Defense is 12 +2 is 14. He doesn't have any armor on, so just clothes. I'm not even getting him a save. What's his vigor? Vigor is 6 +2 is 8, and this 4. So 10. Vigor 10. He has an axe. +2 +1. I'm gonna say he's a little more skilled at it. And he's got a D8. And that's it. And he can throw it. That's fine. Okay. He's got something though. He's got something going on here. What does he got? I'm gonna say he has intimidation, right? +2 +2 DR. And command. +2 +2 DR. So what does that mean? He's gonna roll command DRR. So basically, whatever he rolls above a 12 for the next minute will give a bonus to whoever else he commands, like Volol. Especially for denouement, right? He's going to keep him and Volol from giving up. I don't know if I'll use it or not, but it's there. So if he rolls the command, and I need to be to 12. Now, if the missionaries roll an evangelism or some sort of intimidation, blah blah blah, he could roll his command to counter it. And whatever the difference is of that, that's what I'll use for any sort of bonus. Like, so if his command is higher and he rolls a 18 and the players rolls 13, so the difference is 5. Half of that is 2, round down, and that's 2 die ranks. So that 2 die ranks can go to Volol or whoever needs to, not be evangelized or not be intimidated or whatever. So there's that. Gabno, the Silent leader? I don't know. I'll just put that down just to remind myself. Gabno, Valol, the manipulator. Okay. What's weird is after you type in secondary, it'll not keep it. You know, it's thief 2, but that's okay. All right, so these are the characters, man. So there and there. Okay. Now I'll probably make this cave thing a little bigger than that, but you know they'll have their rooms. Okay. You know, in the villagers, I don't have villager. I got to do a bunch of villager tokens. Let me do villager 1. In here, no, not here, but in the next folder, I think there's villagers. Villager. I mean, I got to grab all these villagers. I'm not gonna. I'm gonna need them, you know, to make them. Let me just go ahead and do a group. Villager 1. I want to do this quickly so you can just see what I'm doing here. Villager, and you know, put the villagers in here. There, that's about right. That's probably a little too big, actually. Yep. Let me see here. Let me just. Don't. It's gonna be that big. No. Yeah, that's about right. Yeah. I mean, he's kind of small. He should be about like that. Don't. You know, dang, it doesn't have to be perfect. Let me. What am I doing? What am I doing? There. I think this is too big, but I'm just going to like that. 0.6. I should have just looked. I don't know why I'm worried about this right now. It's not a big deal, but I'm just trying to get like a there. Okay. And oh, just so you know too, you know, details here. This is a character. So under character, you have to have it link actor data. You gotta remember that. There's a lot of things you gotta remember in this Foundry. That's a bit tough. You can make him friendly, obviously, but he's got to have link actor data because that means he'll be whatever you do here will be pervasive throughout the game, you know. Whereas the other ones don't have it, and so they will not translate to the next map or the next scene that you make. So also, I want to create a folder called First Adventure to put in the specific characters in that one, and then you want to probably create a folder for the players, and then the players go in that one, and then the villager I'm going to leave out here just because it's going to be a generic. You know, I can use it for whatever. Oh, the villagers. What are they like? Did I? Oh, I already rolled them. They were a. They're the same as the Charlatan of 5, right? They're. So I'm just going to note this in this. So whatever I put in here is not going to translate to another scene. It's just going to stay in this map. Conversion level is a 5. No, they're sinners. I think they know that their lottery and their giving of their money and the all broke, addicted to offering to Pan, desperate for a win, praying for the wealth gift from Pan, you know. They just they'll sell anything for coin from missionaries, you know, or coin or trinkets from missionaries. You can kind of, you know, so think about, you know, and the pagans sold their children for wealth, you know. So I'm not saying they're going to sell their children or do any of the R-rated stuff, but you could do like they're going to give up their food, their children, they're starving, they're going to give up, you know, like what are they doing? Why are they all want to give up they all want to risk their families and health to get an offering to Pan. Yeah, see? And that's the... So this is the thing about role-playing games. I feel like they're lying to us, like the regular role-playing games, because they always make the villagers like innocent victims, and you got to go rescue them. So you got to feel like they're perfect, and that's not the case in the real medieval world, and in the fantasy, which to me is the struggle of Christianity and paganism. In that world, which is the medieval world that created the fantasy that we know today, the villagers were the problem. Their paganism was the problem. That's what created the problems that they have, again, with beasts and curses and evil. They're the ones, you know what I mean? So my game for the Little RPG, a Christian game, is to show you that no one is innocent. Are all sinners. We're all guilty of our own frailties. And so these people, and I'm going to make more villagers too that are, you know, a few different characters that they can, I can create more characters with conversion levels to fill this out even a little more. Like maybe there's a couple, like the main ones are going to be what I just described, but there's going to maybe be a couple more. Maybe the blacksmith is going to not be, well, he could be very evil. Let's find out. Let's do the blacksmith. Let me do a quick name. I'm just going to roll a d20. I think the blacksmith is going to be the leader of the place because it's so small. It's just like whatever. Let me roll. Let me just roll real quick. They're going to give him one syllable name. A3. Creo. That's kind of two syllable name. That's kind of cool though. Creo. Creo is going to be the sort of leader of this place. Now we're gonna. Is he going to be evil leader or a good leader? I don't know. I'm going to use pagans. Well, let me roll first, decide, and then we can. So let me roll a d8. I kind of know real quick what kind of dude he's going to be. Dude, this dude is evil, man. He's manipulating the cell. Ooh, see? This guy is the worst. He is forcing all of them to give up what little they have. Yeah, see? The story is getting deeper, man. Darker. Oh, there he is. Creo. I don't know if you can see that. It's kind of small, huh? Let me, now I'm getting scared. There's Creo. He is definitely the problem. Oof. All right, let me read 2. Now, obviously he's not going to be outright violent, but he's ready to tell the thieves, manipulative evil will use violence to enslave if at great advantage, otherwise portrays themselves as victims. Beyond salvation, only something violent and extreme could get them to instead serve the church. Betrayal is never far away from these lost souls. A strong church could keep them in check somewhat. 4 DR resistance. So something like that. I can change that around, do different things, but let's... CL is 2. What was the title of that one? Manipulative evil. All right, manipulative evil. I'm kind of exhausted just thinking about this. Woo. All right, 40R resist. So he's 40R resist against any kind of evangelism. I'm just gonna leave it like that. Prowess 4. Awareness 2. Salve. Oh, he's definitely got a good salve because he's a smithing guy. 4. Spirit -1. Yeah, he doesn't care. -3 maybe. -2. Intellect 0. And social. Oh, we got to give him something too. Okay. So this guy is hammer. Ooh, Warhammer. So big hammer. So this guy's scary. And that's it. I'm not going to give... Oh, let me get his defense going. I'm going to give him... he's going to be tough and all, but defense is 14. Thick hide. So save of D2 just. And then his vigor is going to be a little bit tougher. I'm going to add a little more. So I'm going to say... 10. Well, that's already 10. Let me roll a D6 and see what he rolls. 16. Okay. That's enough. Warhammer. Ooh, +4. +1 die rank. D12. Yeah, that's it. Not going to do anything else with that. No. Oh, crushing. Yeah, got to do crushing. Oof, that's it though. Nothing else. He's got no other. You know, he might have some skills, but I'm probably just going to keep it at the whatever his trait is. I'm not going to give him any +1 die ranks or whatever. He's just evil. He's just prone to violence. So everyone's afraid of him that way. I'll at least give him intimidation. +4, +1 die rank. Fine. That's. Ooh, this guy's scary. Okay, especially for beginners, right? So we're filling it out. I'm gonna, you know, I want to do a creature too. Like, there's something out there also. So, do I have a table like that here? Not really. That's one. All right, let me write down that. Yeah, adventure idea tables. So let's write down a just an idea. Fun creature. Creature worship, or myth in area. So they, you know, I'll do a table where you can roll and kind of get a some sort of creature that's in the area as well. That could be a side story, or it could be part of this. You know, it'll be like kind of an option roll, or you just want to add it kind of roll. I don't have that in there right now, obviously, so let me think a minute. Let me do okay, another thing. Yeah, and this is the adventure idea table, by the way, which is what I'm going to do. I could just do it in here, like creature, ancient site type thing. I'm not sure what else yet. Traveling through, epic army movement. I'll get better terms. So these are things that, along with whatever little plot you have going, I will have a table where you can roll extra little side plots that could be directly part of the main thing, or extra things around. So what I mean by creature is what I just said there. You can have it be part of the worshiping that they do, or it could be some sort of myth in the area that they talk about. You know, oh, don't go over there. That's the crazy beast or whatever. Ancient site type thing is like, yeah, there's an old cairn over there you don't want to go to. You know, that could be an option as well. Traveling through means like, oh, there's some gypsies in the area, or there's a cult pilgrimage coming through. You know, traveling through. Yeah, definitely a sub list. Gypsies, cult, pilgrims, migratory beasts, migratory creatures, etc. Epic army movement. So there's like Huns, you know, like Huns, or maybe a good one, like a military one, you know, somewhat civil. Gangs. So some sort of, you know, is in the area as well, and you might encounter their scouts, scavenging. You know, which could be bad, and it could also be like a fun just combat thing to have, because they're out there stealing and just going to steal from everybody, including the missionaries, and that even is a real story. There's a real story I read in a hagiography where these people came, and there's a missionaries traveling a road, and they had a little donkey, and then the soldiers came along, and this is a true story, you know, based on the hagiography. They basically took the missionaries' donkey and all their stuff, or whatever it was, and you know, and left. And so the missionaries were crying and praying to the Lord, and they had nothing other stuff. Turns out, like a day or whatever time frame later, the soldiers returned and gave them back everything, because they had like all these curses like on them, and they're like, we thank the Lord, you know, and they just said, take it back, we don't want it, and they left. It's like a cool little story. That was awesome. Anyway, so yeah, some adventure ideas here. Now I don't want to build that out right now. I'll definitely do this, but creating this is definitely helping me figure that out. So just using what I got, I'm gonna, I do have a table up here for some adventure ideas, actually, right here, this one. So let me roll this one, and that'll be sort of an additional little thing in the area. So let me just roll that for the fun of it. That was just like a little extra table I rolled there for the fun of it to have on 6. Some ex-soldiers or barbarians have taken over a place from a known lord or monastery. Ooh. Okay, some ex-soldiers. So I could, over here somewhere, create a, and to me that adventure thing isn't necessarily what I want, right? But that's the thing about having tables and stuff, is allowing yourself to kind of, have some sort of messed up little forced thing that you got to do. So I'm going to put a little monastery out here, or monastery? Teutonberg Forest? No, I'm going to say an old fort, so that nobody used. Ruins? Okay, that's burnt church thing. Village props. Did I have some wooden? Pagan stuff. Yeah, wooden here. Let me do this one instead. I'm going to say an old wooden... Wow, why is it so small? Or is this one just so big? I think I'm going to create an old wooden fort. That is... I'm just trying to think, what is it? Why is it there? What is it doing? Barbarians in it. I want to put like a rock there behind them. Build up another rock in there. Like they're up against a mountainside or something. Okay, pretty simple. Put it that way. What is it though? What are they doing there? I have no idea. I gotta put some soldiers. What was it? Some ex-soldiers or barbarians have taken over a place from a known lord or monastery. Okay, so that implies something bad, right? From a known. Man, I don't know. That's tough. I'm just stalling. I don't know what to think. What else can I do? Because I don't have a known... Alright, let me think about this. Village. Maybe for Creo, this used to be his home. They got kicked out, so they're living over here. This used to be his home. He's angry about it. I want to tie it in with these people somehow. It's complicated. I was hoping to just do a beast. I'm gonna do a beast. I'm going blank. Screw it. I'm gonna do a beast. Let me do a beast. I just gotta do a beast. I'm gonna say that a beast has taken over this. Don't go there. So let's say a cave bear. Let's do it. I can't think of a. I'm stuck. I'm gonna create a list. I'm gonna say a pretty ferocious bear stick. I'm not this scary bear, but because this is the first level, this bear. This bear's taken over, and it's gonna be a big scary bear. Now I have stats on it. All right, let me go get the stats. Might as well be consistent here. Where is it? Here we go. Bear. Let me grab these. Okay, put it in here. And yeah, this is scary enough. Ooh, vigor 20. Yeah, so no one wants to fight this bear. So that could be a challenge for them. Hey, go take out that bear. And yeah, so I can't do other I could do barbarians, that hey, go take them out, and we'll consider your options or offer of a church. You know what I mean? So you could do that too. You could do barbarians, but I guess I want to do a bear just because. So this bear is taking over this entire place. Make him a little bigger. There he is. Now I'll hide this because they're not going to see that eventually. You know, I'm going to hide these so you don't see it eventually. But the bear is taking over this place. Why did he take it over? I think because they had food in there or something. Maybe, I don't know. I'll have to figure that later. I'm going to keep this simple. All right. So right there is a lot of adventure. I'm going to cut it off here. I'm going to add more, but what I like about this is that this has helped me to think of building out the adventure area, which is really cool. I like that I am finding by making videos, it's helping me think about this a lot, which is kind of interesting. Like when I just sit here and think, it's, you know, I do that a lot. But when I do a video, I also think too, and it really helps. Maybe it's just me taking a break from thinking quietly, because I'd like to think while I'm talking out loud as well. So it's kind of breaks up the monotony of thinking quietly all the time, because I'm thinking quietly a lot, obviously. But yeah, I'm going to definitely create more tables here for more options to do this kind of thing. Okay. So that's how you make an adventure. And I don't have the answers, right? As a GM, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if this guy's going to start attacking them, or if he's going to be nice and respond. I mean, he's obviously got intimidation. See, so you got to just basically, like a sandbox, set out the pieces, set out a bit of motivation, and then let it go. And then when you start playing, you just start coming up with stuff as they go. You know, you just start working it out. I'm going to go ahead and be really creative and reverse that. See, now you got new villagers right there. Okay. Now these are all two groups, and you know, you can convert them. I'll have some individuals as well in here if I did this. I mean, I'm going to keep this for something. I don't know. But this guy, man, yeah, he's connected to them. They got treasure in there. There's an offering place. I mean, I would make this a little bit more better. The setup. I would think I would make the I would probably move, I think I'll make this like here, and then hide this back here. Move the forest so it kind of covers it, so they have a hidden place. Now he comes out and comes to the grove or whatever to, you know, and these guys are back here. Well, they could be with him, but this is their hidden cave where they hide everything. And these aren't the only ones that come here, right? Villages from all over come here. I'm trying to think. I'm going to put this in the middle, actually. I think they should be here. I could literally make these another village instead, who are barbarians who also come here and give offerings. But I think I'm just going to keep that the cave bear thing. I mean, I don't know, you know, I could add more. I definitely want like a site they could go to over here maybe, and this I'll make more, you know, a little more complicated, a couple more rooms, or maybe a trap that they've set up, maybe a pet, guard dogs, a couple of wolves as pets. That would be good in here to you know, that guard the areas. Maybe they're on ropes and chains. Hungry, definitely. I'm trying to think what else. A wild animal. You know, I mean, I got the bear here. I could have some wild wolves attack them just for a small little fight. I could do a lake with something creepy in it. I don't know. You know, just add a few things in there. And hide them. Obviously, once you set something up, you basically take it, right click, hide it, so they don't see it. Same with the token, so they don't know it's over there until they talk to somebody about it, or they go over there. And I would put more forest down. And again, each of these sections will be like, if you were on a table, you would just do this section, right? And then you have like a doodled out map of the area, so they can go here, there, wherever. And each section they go to is a new setup, you know. New setup here, maybe a setup here for something. And I will definitely make tables to add to that, so that there's more. Ooh, I'm gonna do a couple more pages, I think. I got a couple blank pages down here. I could add some stuff. Oh, these are gonna be reference pages. We'll see. Let me make a note of that though. What am I doing? Okay. Note. Yeah, probably add more. Probably use more pages of adventure ideas. Okay. Very cool. All right. So that's how you do it. That's how you figure out what's going on. What kind of adventure you're going to do. What kind of characters and struggles they're going to have, and their conversion levels, and what are their issues. These villagers are ready to get out of this pyramid scheme, but they don't know any other way. They're giving up their wealth, what little they have, to give an offering to Pan through this, Athonda the priest. I don't know what title they'll give him, but definitely not charlatan, obviously. And then these two are manipulators who are, he's gonna at some point have to give a win to somebody in the village, so that the others will be, we must give more. We must find our wealth. Give us your wealth. We will give you our food, our crop, all we have. And then Pan will give us an offer. You know what I mean? And there's that. Athonda lives in a cave somewhere. We don't know where. He's taken all our wealth if they convert him. Perhaps he lives by the bear. Maybe the bear is his, blah blah blah. Whatever else is in there. So that's a little adventure, nice little adventure you got there. And you're gonna do some conversion because they believe in money. They believe Pan will give them their lottery win, their big payoff day if they just keep giving to Pan, because these people got it, those people got it. Maybe there could be a person over here who did win the gold and they're living. But they didn't give it back to Pan, the wealth that they got, and then they got stolen from, and they're angry. You could do that kind of thing where you come up with another little character who's angry. Maybe it's a witch who's now thinks that she's been deceived by him. I mean, I'm getting really complicated. And then she's going to poison them, and she hates them, or I don't know. But you know what I mean? You can just keep going on and on about pagans hating each other and pagans manipulating each other. All right, that's enough. But that's a Christian role-playing game. And that is what For the Lord RPG has to offer. And it fits in with medieval history. It fits in with fantasy. Real fantasy. Not this fake, homogenized fantasy. I even saw, just a quick thing, I have Pirate Borg, like the Mork board, like a role-playing game. I bought it just for the silliness of it. But I saw on YouTube a bit where they said, Pirate Borg, you can get a fun pirate thing, and they've taken out all the real history of like slavery in the pirate times. So they're gentrifying, their fantasy. They're gentrifying it. They're removing the slavery. They're removing the pagan, what pagans really do. They don't want you to know what pagans really do. Sacrifice humans, slavery, drugs, manipulation, using magic as a life cheat to control others. They don't tell you those truths of the RPG adventures. They take all that out and just tell you, there's good people to save and bad people to fight, and it's so simple and whatever. And to me, that's just, it's getting dumber and dumber in that sense. With this, you just have there's whole levels of sin and weakness and manipulation that you gotta investigate and figure out and claw through to solve the problem. And what is their solution is the gospel, bringing the church in there so that they don't live those lives of pyramid schemes and greed and selfishness and stuff. Okay, so that's how you do it. That's how you create it, and it's fun. It's you're creating your own little adventure. You're rolling some dice. I will get on the Dark Ages one, and on the Apocalypse and the Crystal Space one. I have that. I have all those kind of tables for those type of level areas. You can create planets and cultures in those and adventures and stuff. And then the Dark Ages ones, I'm building that one out more now. All right, so that was my long, nice little fun little goofy thing here in the Game of Life. And remember the Kickstarter, please help me out, build out more of this kind of stuff. And I am building it out, so I'm working on it, even just because I love it. Anyway, in the Game of Life, roll holy dice.